Konnichiwa. Uh, my name is Hsiao-Wei. I'm from Taiwan. I joined the Ethereum Foundation research team as a researcher in 2017. So today it's a bit personal that I want to tell you some stories and lessons that I've learned over the past few years. And as a protocol, as a Ethereum protocol workers, just my perspective. There are many symbols here. So first episode, I want to talk about the geographical boundaries. So my background is that I completed my undergrad and graduate education all in Taiwan in computer science. So in Taiwan, the semiconductor industry is the most popular and critical to the country. And so many of my classmates after graduation, they work at a semiconductor supply chain companies after, But, however, I was not that interested in spending the rest of my life in supply chain factories and to do the similar things every day. So I wanted to do something more challenging and more open to the rest of the world. So after graduation, I started working as a backend software engineer in the first year. So although the pay was not matched with hardware engineers in Taiwan, but I did have more time to explore the skill sets that I am truly interested in. And in 2016, one day, my university mate he told me that their company was looking to hire blockchain developers. So at that time, I didn't know what Ethereum is or how Bitcoin works. But after some research on the weekend, I discovered that it was a brand new area and with new challenges and opportunities here. And more important to me back then was that it's just really interesting. So in 2017, my former colleague, Dr. Changwu Chen, he's sitting here. He told me that Ethereum Foundation, Vitalik himself, was building a team for sharding and Casper research. So I had met Vitalik in Taipei before at the local community event, but I didn't think he would remember me at all. So after some days of consideration, I decided to take this shot. I sent my CV to Vitalik and expressed that I'm interested in the in the potential position, and would like to start with pro bono work if he was willing to teach me. So 2 days later, I got his response. It was a very magical moment for me. And today I still think one of the reasons that had made Ethereum successful at the earlier time was that Vitalik is such a wonderful, approachable, and down-to-earth person that he sees the community. So the first lesson I learned from my experience joining the Ethereum Foundation in 2017 was that the geographic boundaries would not stop anyone from pursuing the opportunities in this field. And at the time, the Web3 industry was still in its infancy, and the community was already globally distributed. I found myself working with individuals all over the world, and collaborating with on the project that transcended the geographic limitation. So the next thing, let me tell you a wild story when we kidnapped Barry Whitehead. So in the summer of 2018, Vitalik was like flying around the world. He was like spending around 3 days in one city, and then he will fly to another city. So one time Vitalik was in Taipei, and we discovered that the famous Barry Whitehead was also in Taipei. So we seen this guy's handle from actually nowhere. He was working on some ZK snacks projects he called like Mixmas, right? And roll up. There's something sounded like a sushi restaurant to us. And we haven't met this guy. He or she, he might be a criminal or not. We have no idea. He's totally anonymous to us. So one day Vitalik was departing from Taiwan to Hong Kong for another local conference. I was also going to the same conference, so I booked the same flight. And the flight was scheduled at like 7 p.m. So through the connection from Changwu, we met Barry Whitehead in person at about 3 p.m. on the same day. So the meeting was great in a tea place. Barry, he is not a murderer as far as I can tell. He's just a really nice guy who was willing to fight for the right to privacy. And we wanted to learn more about him and his work, but we also had to go to the airport for the flight. So Vitalik proposed a solution. He said to Barry, "Yeah, Barry, do you want to come with us to the Hong Kong conference?" And he looked at his cartoon watch, said, "The flight is in like 3 hours." So fortunately, Barry said yes, and he was really good at packing his luggage. So we really just kidnapped him to Hong Kong to meet more people in the community. And then the foundation sort of hired him and funded him to continue his great work. And later on, Barry Whitehead became known as the father of roll-ups. And so as the Web3 industry continues to grow and mature, the new collaboration technology emerged with the post-COVID work lifestyle. Became sorry for some plush took some seats and become more efficient and regardless of their locations. So in 2023, I believe the geography boundary will no longer be a significant obstacle for people starting their career in Web3 industry. Episode 2 about the joy and chaos. So the progress of Ethereum Core Protocol upgrades is like building a huge space station for some wild space colonization. It requires multiple entities and teams work day and night to reach a consensus. From time to time, the crew also have to do the daily maintenance work, or sometimes a new research topic pop up and the ship has to address the destination or send a flight to somewhere during the development. So the space is full of chaos. Regular meetings at 10 p.m., 1 a.m., or 6 a.m. And the in-person meetings, in-person meetups with the price of 20 hours flights. Also, the roadmap changed every quarter. But the good thing is that the teams are very motivated and collaborative. It's been my honor to work with many outstanding and talented people here. We are not working for one startup company. We are working for a protocol that changes people's lives in a better way. So the merge is an epic tale that shows the incredible resilience and the adaptability of the Ethereum community. So by successfully transitioning from the proof of work to proof of stake, we were able to dramatically reduce the energy consumption of the network by a factor of 30,000. Especially considering the fact that the transition involved coordination with more than 10 or 20 different teams, and the support teams. The success of the merge is actually a proof of the power of collaboration and the determination from the Ethereum community. The lessons I've learned over these years are, first one, perfection is the enemy of progress. So Aya, she also talked about it in her speech yesterday. So Ethereum protocol has just plenty of technical depths that we soon understood that it's impossible to fix everything in one hard fork. We can only set goals and investigate how to achieve them step by step. And so a complete system needs complete tests. The layer 1 is getting more complicated while adding more scalabilities. But it's also getting simpler in some way in the whole app-centric roadmap. So personally, I'm still learning to bear with the imperfection so we can actually deliver. Lesson 2 is that building common goods doesn't mean that you are not special. So, technically speaking, in a decentralized model, the centralized clients, everyone is sort of replaceable. However, it doesn't erase the fact that your contribution is part of the reason why the decentralized system is strong and robust. So the input of device perspectives and the expertise from broader group of the participation is really essential to the success of such a system. So while it's true that every individual can be replaced, it is also true that each person's unique contribution is integral to the overall functionality of this decentralized system. And so lesson 3 here is try to take a break to reflect. Reflect your work maybe once a year. So personally, the tiredness of my really bad work-life balance had eaten my mind a couple of times. And I think client teams have suffered more since they are maintaining a system that never turns off. And after one spring and another, taking a break can help you to come back and be fresh and be focused, and ultimately leading to a better result. Okay, let's talk about onboarding. So I always say that Ethereum culture is the most valuable properties of why I want to continue. But to talk about this topic, I found that the culture in my mind might not be exactly what other people think because it's a huge community. However, one of the common properties I think we all agreed on is the openness. So Ethereum is open sourced. Everyone can use it and to contribute it in some way immediately. Working at the Ethereum Foundation has been a unique experience to me personally. I'm really grateful to working with such brilliant coworkers, and it's also thanks to the opportunities that given to me by the EF that I'm able to present at this stage and explore my career. So there are multiple approaches to join the Ethereum core development. For example, Danny Ryan, he started to contribute by reading the Ethereum protocols, Ethereum documents, and found typos. And many clients are hiring now. The EF always embrace the talents. And for example, the EPF, Ethereum Protocol Fellowship, is a program to seek for talents to work on the core protocol works and to onboard them to make a real impact. So we had several successful cohorts previously. For the next one, please stay tuned on the EF blog post. And here are some more resources to get to know the core protocol and the topics the teams. Ethereum community is the backbone of the EF, and while the EF is gathering and cultivating the Ethereum ecosystem, it's also important to find a sustainable model to building the common good. So Protocol Guild aims to achieve a big picture of a sustainable, independent funding source for the core protocol in the long term. So we really appreciate the support from the community that helps us to build Ethereum and also to make the ecosystem become healthier. So if you feel East Tokyo is too short and the time flew by too fast, congratulations. You may want to consider go to attending the East Taipei next week, just in couple of days. So it's a local event organized by the Taiwanese community. It's an event with 3 days dedicated to hackathon and 2 days for conference. So check it out. So the last thing here is my damn Japanese challenge. So I have to read it, sorry. Yeah, please give me a clap. Frank. Okay. はい。最後に正直に言うと、アジアに住んでいるイセリアムのコアプロトコル開発者が少なくて残念だと思います。アジア全般的に人材流出が深刻な宗教です。海岸にsorry, forgot. Okay. 海岸に行きたくない場合、そして、リモート、そして、リモートワークできる場合、リモートワーク可能なソフトウェア業界は攻めることも守ることもできる良い選択です。はい。 ブロックチェーンはチャレンジと面白いことが溢れている分野です。確かに他の産業に比べてかなり得意な存在です。家庭産業とも言えます。しかし、世界を変える可能性のある新興産業でもあります。そう。今、ここで、このハクソンで発表した新しいプロジェクトが次のキラーアプリケーションになるかもしれません。最後まで聞いてくれてありがとうございます。コアプロトコルの世界についてより良い理解、あるいは参加に興味を持っていただけたらとても嬉しいです。はい、以上です。ありがとうございます。